I am back with another video, and today's video is actually a yarn haul, and I am so excited. So, often when I place yarn orders, I don't actually have like a plan in mind. So, like, I don't have a pattern that I'm already planning to do. Generally, I buy yarn, and then the pattern sometimes comes like way later for the yarn. But this time though, I just did my usual. I was looking at yarn. I saw some beautiful yarns that I've never had before. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy it because I will always come up with something to use the yarn for. So I bought these from a website called craftonline.com.au. It is an online craft store here in Australia. It is a huge online craft store, and they have started carrying more of the American brand yarns that you just can't buy here, and I had to snag some. So I put in a fairly decent size order. It did cost me about $100, just over $100, and the prices that we pay for this stuff may seem very expensive if you come from America, but here in Australia, the prices I paid, this is pretty normal for us and sometimes even cheap for us. So I'm just going to start. Now, sorry, they're all in plastic bags because it literally just arrived. Now, I will say, I guess depends on where you live in the country, and I'm pretty sure they even do ship overseas as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I read something on their website about that. So if you don't live in Australia, maybe you live in New Zealand or something, you could just check on there and just see. But so I guess depending on where you live will depend on how long your shipping will be. But this particular company, I want to say, is based about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from where I live. And I placed my order on Wednesday at, I would say, probably about 10:30, 11 in the morning, and it is Friday and I already have it, and I'm so excited. So, because normally it's Australia Post that like takes forever to actually get anything. It's not the company themselves, it's like the actual post office. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This one, when I saw this online, I did not know how big this was going to be. I knew it was a chunky, but I didn't think the ball skein, whatever you want to call this, of yarn was going to be this big, but I am so pleased that it is. So this is the Premier Couture Home, and this is 86% acrylic and 14% polyester, and there is 280 grams in this. This is what it looks like, and this is in the color Rosemary. It is such a beautiful color. It's like a creamy and then sort of like that sagey green, like, and then it goes into that like that darky forest green. And this is considered a super bulky number 6. Now, in America, and I guess also Canada, possibly the UK, I'm not entirely sure, on your like packaging, like the band around the yarn, you have the little yarn icon with the weight on it. Like this says it's a super bulky 6. When you buy yarn from Australia, we don't have that on our packaging. So that to me means nothing. But it's a super bulky 6, and that's what it says. It recommends a let's see, 10mm needle or a US 15, like knitting needles, or a 10mm crochet hook or a US N. So there's that. And then it just says machine wash, normal, tumble dry, normal, low heat. This is quite soft. It is, I want to say this is chain spun. It looks chain spun to me. Yeah, I believe this is a chain spun yarn. does look it. But what I actually got this for was I thought this would make a really nice pillow. And I am so glad that I got this because it is right. Now this cost $13.99. Now at first when I put it in my cart, I was like, oh, $13.99. Like, it's expensive, but it's normal. But then when I see the size of like the bowl, I feel like $13.99 is actually a pretty appropriate price for what it is. Like, it's a pretty big bowl of yarns. So I'm pretty excited for that. Now, moving on to the next thing I bought. Let me see if I can get into this. Sorry about the noise, but it is what it is. All the yarns in plastic. So, if I can get into the plastic. Okay, so the next one I got was this one. This is the Premier Bloom Chunky Self-Striping Floral Print, and this is what it looks like. When I saw this on the website, I knew immediately that I wanted this. This is so squishy. I have never used any of these yarns before, so I'm really excited to actually try these out. So this one is in the colorway Orchid, and this one doesn't have a picture on the band. Some of them does have like pictures on the band so you can see what the pattern is, because this does actually have a pattern when you knit or crochet it up. When you knit though, I think the pattern comes out a little bit more better than when you crochet. But like I said, I haven't actually used it myself, so we shall see. But this is a 100 gram ball. It's considered a bulky 5. This is a 2-ply, which is fine. I like that. And it is, let's see, this is saying to use an 8mm knitting needle or US 11, and then an 8mm crochet hook or a US L-11 crochet hook. And this is such a pretty color, and this is like so squishy. Like, it's so squishy, you guys. And it is 100% acrylic. That's probably why it's so soft, but oh my god, I love this. And again, machine wash, warm, gentle cycle, tumble dry, low. So that's really good. I don't really know what I'm going to do with these yet, but I'll figure it out. I just saw them and I knew I wanted them. Maybe scarves, I don't know, because we are in autumn at the moment in Australia. So this was $5.99. I tried to get all of the colors, but one of the colors sold, like all the colors that the website had, but one of the colors sold out before I could purchase it, which was a bit sucky, but oh well, it is what it is. So I got that one. I'm just trying to figure out where I can put all this stuff. I didn't really think of this through. Okay, the next one I got is another Premier Bloom Chunky. This one is in the colorway Chrysanthemum, and it is like, it's really, like, it's mostly like a creamy sort of color. It does have pops of like brown. There is some really tiny flecks of gray, and then like, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but if you like look through the yarn, there's like a really like pops of peachy sort of color in there. This is going to be beautiful for autumn. I think this is actually going to be really nice to work with. So there's that one. I forgot to say what was in this one. So this one has like, it's mostly like a mauvey sort of, like, no, like it's like a deep rose pink, and then it's got pops of like a mauve, a light pink. There is, if you move the yarn strands through, there are pops of like white and green in there as well, and then some really deep sort of fuchsia pinks, which are pretty. The next one I have is let's see. This one is in the colorway Dahlia, and this is actually really pretty as well. And this one does actually have a picture of what the pattern knits up as. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see that on the camera, but it's just here. You can kind of see like the flower pattern. And this one's really pretty as well. It has like, it's mostly what I consider white, light pink and grey, and then it has pops of green and then that really bright sort of pink in there, which is what makes up the flowers, which I think is super cute. And then the next one I have is this one. It is Baby's Breath. So this one is going to be more, I have seen pictures of this one knit up because I did actually look on Premier's website. So this is going to be a predominantly like white yarn, and then it has pops of pink and green. So the little flowers are super cute, like just little pops of color, whereas the other ones are fairly self-strapping. So yeah, and these are all $5.99 each as well. Okay, so that was it for that bag. Now onto the last bag that I have. Again, sorry about the noise. I'm just trying to open it all up. Okay. They do package this really well, I might add. Okay, so the last one I have from the Premier Bloom Chunky collection is in the colorway Cactus Bloom, which is actually kind of, I was debating about not getting Cactus Bloom and both Cactus Bloom and Baby's Breath, because I thought, oh, they look so similar. But when I went onto Premier's website and looked up like the knitted swatches, there's definitely a fairly large difference. So the Cactus Bloom does have a ton more green in it, as you can see. And then if you look, if I can show you a bit more, on the inside here is like this sort of tealy blue color. So you get a lot more pops of that color that comes through when you're knitting and crocheting. So I'm definitely glad that I looked on the Premier's website before I purchased this stuff, because like I said, they do have swatches of what all the colors look like, and it was able to give me enough information for me to decide that I wanted both Baby's Breath and Cactus Bloom, even though they have very similar colorway, because when it knits up or crochets up, it's vastly different. Excuse the noise. My hands are super dry. I think I'm gonna have to put some moisturizer on after this. Okay, the next one I got, and I'm actually really excited for this one, is this is the Lion brand Mandala Watercolors cake, and I've just got one of these because what I do when I place an order with Craft Online is I allow myself up to just over $100. So I think it's come to like $103 or $106, and then I buy no more. Like I cap it at that because like a lot of you already know, like I work part-time due to health issues. Like I can't work full-time because of my health. So I work part-time. So because I do work part-time, obviously I don't earn as much money as I would like. So generally what I do is when I want to order stuff, I wait until I have enough stuff in like to order to get to $100, and I place one big order at a time. And then if there's anything else that I want, I wait until I can place another $100 order. So there are other colors in this one, but like I said, I hit my cap and then that was it. And I am pretty strict with myself. I don't go over even though I want to go over. But anyway, back onto the yarn. This is really beautiful. I picked this color out of all the colors they had available first because of how like beautifully autumn those colors are. It's all creams and browns. Like look how gorgeous that is. And this is in the colorway Almond. Now this is considered a bulky 5, so it's the same as the Premier Bloom Chunkies. And it says it has 100 grams of yarn in here, and it is 75% acrylic, 15% wool, and 10% nylon, which is interesting, which I did know because I also went onto Lion Brand's website and checked out this yarn as well, because like I said, we don't get really these brands. Like there are a few Lion Brand things in our Spotlight store, but basically nothing like this. So I'm really intrigued by this. It does feel very soft. Not as soft as the Premier Blooms, but that will be because of the wool content. You can definitely tell there is wool in this. It does say machine wash, gentle, lay flat to dry. That will be because of the wool content in this. And then let's see, it says it recommends a 6.5mm needle or a 14S, or a 6.5mm crochet hook or an 11S. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. Maybe a like maybe a beanie or a scarf possibly. I'm not sure yet. Like, to be honest with you, even though we're in autumn, it's still hitting in the 30 degrees. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but 30 degrees Celsius is really hot for autumn here. And I literally have the aircon on in my bedroom right now. Now this cake was $8.99, so kind of a little bit more expensive, but it does have wool in it, so also an expected price for that type of thing. Now onto the last 5 balls of yarn. I'm actually really excited about these, and these balls of yarn are actually what prompted this order. So I was on there just scrolling through, as I do, weekly to see if there's any new stuff, and I come across these and I was so excited. So these are the Premier Lunar balls of yarn. This is what they look like. I am so in love right now, like you don't even know. It has a swatch on it. I actually didn't look up the swatches on these ones because I didn't care what they look like. I just wanted them. Like, I knew they were going to be pretty. So I didn't actually look up swatches to see what these knit up as, but they knit up beautiful. Like, here's a swatch right there. I don't know how well that'll come up. But I want to say, like, these are all named after, like, planets and, like, celestial typed stuff. So it is anti-pilling, which is fantastic. It's a 100-gram ball, which is great. It says, oh, it's 100% acrylic as well, which, yeah, that definitely makes sense because this is soft as. And let's see, this is considered a light 3, so it's a lightweight 3. It does say to use a 4mm knitting needle or a US 6 or a 4mm crochet hook or a 15SC crochet hook. So this one is in the colorway Phobos. I don't know. I'm going to butcher some of like the names. There is definitely one in here that I can't pronounce. You'll see what I mean. But this is so beautiful. It's got these beautiful kind of like, it's a red, but it's not like red. It's kind of almost got like a coral undertone to it. There is a kind of more of like what you'd consider like a burgundy red. There's some brown in here, and then kind of almost like a cross between like a brown and a peach. I don't know, but these colors are like so, yes, these are gorgeous. These were $9.99 a ball, so I guess you would consider that probably expensive, but I was so happy to get these, you guys, like so happy. Okay, so the next one I got, now I don't know if there is more colors in this particular line, but I got all the colors that they had on the website. So this next one I have is this beautiful color here. It's got like the greens, the teals, and the whites. Absolutely gorgeous. This one, oh wow, this one knits up so pretty. It's also got a light blue in there. You just can't really see it because of the way it's wound up. Now let me see if I can show the swatch. I don't know if this is even coming up on camera, you guys. If it's not, I will put pictures up on the screen when I edit. So that's what it looks like there. Super pretty. This is in the colorway, actually I don't know how to pronounce this. Ceres? C-E-R-E-S. I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen here somewhere. but it is beautiful, and I love this. Like, they're so squishy. 100% acrylic, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to make out of these yet. I don't know. I will figure it out, because like I said, I never normally buy yarn with a plan already in mind. The plan normally, 9 times out of 10, the plan comes like later. Okay, the next one is this gorgeous, gorgeous colorway. This is actually the color I saw first, and it's just all pinks and fuchsias and almost like a purple, but this is what it looks like. It is absolutely stunning, you guys. And then the colorway swatch just looks like this, and these are self-striping. I forgot to say that, but it's pretty obvious from the swatches. They're self-striping, but the stripes are not the same width, so they go from small to big stripes, which is really cool. I think that adds to like the effect of like what you're making. Now this one is one of the ones I also couldn't pronounce properly. I think it's Ganymede, Ganymede, Ganymede. I have no idea, but so pretty, you guys. Okay, on to the next one. Let me see. This one is actually super pretty as well. This one is mostly purples. Like there's like a lavender purple, more of a mauvey purple, and then there is like white and blue in there. It's gorgeous. It just looks like this. So pretty. And I'll show you this swatch. This one's actually a really pretty swatch as well. That is the swatch for it there. And this one is called Jupiter. I am seriously so loving these. And then the very last ball of yarn I got is this gorgeous one. It is just like all purples, and I think it's just all purple. Yeah, it looks like it's all purple, just varying shades of purple. Let me just, sometimes these can come out unwound a little bit. But this is what it looks like. The colorway is just stunning, like all the purples. And yeah, it is all purple based on the swatch here. So it just looks like this. And I don't know. I think it's just low. I think it's an L and an O. I mean, it could be an I, but I think it's an L, just like L-O. That's the colorway name for that. So yeah, so that's everything, you guys. Like, I am just so excited. I honestly, sorry, there's a little bit of fluff on there from some of the other yarns that were in the bag. I'm honestly so excited for like all of these yarns. You don't even know how excited I am. And I'm just gonna sit. I'm leaning back on my chair at the moment. Hopefully you can still see me properly. So yeah, I think what I want to do is definitely with this one here. I'm actually gonna make a pillow out of this one. This just screams to me pillow, and like it is already called Couture Home. I might actually go into the Premier website and have a look at some of their patterns and stuff, because I do have a ton of patterns on there. But like, I like to have like seasonal like decorations and things in my house, and I feel like what I'm gonna do is I have several pillows on my couch already. I need to actually get some more, because I have a fairly like massive what do you call it, like L-shaped couch, and it's actually pretty big, and so I do need to get a few more pillows. But what I'm doing is I've taken the measurements of the pillows that I already have on my couch, because they have removable pillowcases, and I'm just making pillowcases that are the same size to go on the pillows that are already there. So that way I don't have to constantly keep buying the actual pillow themselves. I just switch out the cases. So I'm just making like, yeah, like I said, pillowcases basically. And I just think that will turn out so beautiful. I have not seen any swatches of that one, but I mean, I don't even care. Like, the colorway is just gorgeous. Now, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with the Premier Bloom chunky ones just yet, because I feel like I definitely could crochet them, but I feel like knitting would be better, because I feel like the knitting is definitely going to showcase the flower pattern that is in the yarn better than what crochet would, because I know with these types of patterned yarns that crochet, because when you crochet you actually use more yarn crocheting than you do when you're knitting. So I feel like crochet, even though it does say you can use it with crochet, I feel like knitting will showcase the patterns better. So I don't really know what I want to do with those, because I do have 5 of those. So I honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do with those yet, but it needs to be a knitted item. Maybe I could make scarves, or I don't know, throw blankets or something. I don't know. And like, I honestly only got 1 of each, because I'm generally don't make like a ton of big projects. If I am going to make a big project, I normally plan out first. But when it's stuff like this, I don't make big projects. So if you have any suggestions of like, if you've used the Premier Bloom Chunky and you like have used it and you've made stuff with it, leave some comments down below and let me know, to give me kind of an idea of what I want to do with that. And then, like I said, with this Mandala one, it's such a beautiful color. Like, the almond colorway is gorgeous, because it does have a wool content though. Like, it does, oh, it actually feels pretty soft against the skin. I have fairly sensitive skin, so it actually doesn't feel too bad. So I guess I could make a scarf out of this one. It does actually, let me see, it does actually have a pattern on the inside. Let me see, is it a pattern? No, it's not a pattern. It just tells you to hop onto their website for ideas and tips and stuff, which is totally fine. I probably actually will have a look on there to see what other, like, what patterns they have on the Lion Brand website for this. But I feel like either a scarf or a beanie would be really nice with this. And then for these, I have no idea. Seriously, have no idea, you guys. I love the fact that they are really like beautiful self-striping, but I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. Because it is a 4-weight. Let me check. 4-weight, I think. 3-weight, sorry. It's a light 3-weight, but it requires a 4mm needle. So I could... I honestly have no idea. I might have to go onto Premier and see if they have any patterns for this yarn. If you've used this yarn, let me know. Again, ideas. Like, I would love to see what people have used these for. Sorry about that, the camera cut me off. It's definitely going to keep me busy with all this sort of stuff, because I do have like a bunch of projects. I think what I need to do is, I've shown in some of my previous videos my, I don't know what you want to call it, like, it's a knitting and crochet book that I made from a Happy Notes, like a big Happy Notes notebook, and I keep all my patterns in there and just like handy tips and tricks and stuff. I am keeping a yarn inventory in there, and I thought I should make up a, what do you call it, projects checklist. That's it, I was totally having a blank there. But a projects checklist, and just have like all my projects on there for knitting and crocheting, and then just like as I go, like tick them off when I'm done or whatever. I don't know, I might actually make one of those today. I haven't done that yet, but it's been in my mind to attempt to do all of that. But yeah, anyway guys, this has been a long video. I really do hope that you enjoy the yarn haul today. It wasn't a huge haul, but I did get quite a fair bit of stuff for $100. I think what I got is pretty decent for Australian prices, because a lot of the time the yarn that I buy is actually hand dyed yarn from Etsy stores, or like just, you know, indie dyers. And as you know, like I do actually have some beautiful hand dyed yarns here. I have like my little container next to me. Like for instance, this one is from a store called Half Baked. It's one of my favorite stores on Etsy. They just make the most beautiful yarns. And these, just trying to remember how much this one cost me. I honestly can't remember. It was between, I want to say, $28 and $35. So like for one ball. Now, obviously, I know some people are going to be like, oh, what? You pay how much for that? But when it comes to hand-dyed yarn, that's actually a reasonable price, because it takes a lot to dye these and yarn, like to cake these up and everything like that. And so, like, for instance, this compared to this is not the same, because this is hand-dyed and this is mass-produced. Like, you know what I mean? So normally when I spend $100, I normally only get like 3 to 4 balls of yarn, whereas this time, because I am buying what you would consider, I guess, big box store yarn, I got a lot more. But I'm rambling now. I'm totally rambling, but I'm definitely going to go and do some research, I think, on Premier and Lion Brand's websites, because I feel like I need to check out, what do you call it, the patent section. I know some of the patents are free and then some of them are paid for patents, so there's that. But I really, really am excited. Like, I just want to use all the yarns now, you guys. But I am working on my Easter crochet haul. Why did I say haul? Easter crochet shawl. Oh my god, you guys, it's my brain. And I'm trying to get that done before Easter. I don't think I will, because Easter is literally next week. But I'm trying hard, you guys. Maybe it'll be ready for next Easter. I don't know. I can still wear it in the springtime anyway. It's not a big deal. But I'm working on that at the moment, and I do have tons of other projects that I have on mind. But you know me, I literally start, I don't even care. Like, I will have like a million projects going if I can. Like, it does not bother me, because I feel like and I'm sure I'm not the only knitter and crocheter that does this, but like, I feel like if I'm hemmed into just one project, after a while, because some of the stitching is just like repetitive, like repetitive, and it's so tedious to do. Like, for instance, the crochet ball, I said it again, crochet shawl I'm working on, it's the same stitches, just row after row after row. It's like, sometimes you're like, okay, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. So I switch to another project and pick something else up. Because after a while, my mind is just like, alright, I can't handle doing this anymore. But yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I've been rambling for such a long time now. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you've used like literally any of this yarn, leave some comments down below of what you made with this stuff, because I am always appreciative of like tips and tricks and like patterns and just ideas for things. Sometimes I come up with my own patterns and just like wing it, and then sometimes I follow patterns that I either get for free or I purchase myself. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you have a great day. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my video, and I will see you guys later. Bye!